Hi guys, now we'll see Leetcode SQL question. Customer who visited but did not make any transactions. So we have two tables. One is visits table, another is transactions table. In visits table, we have columns visit ID and customer ID, where visit ID is the column with unique values for this table. And in transactions table, we have three columns: transaction ID, visit ID, and amount. In this transaction ID column is the column with unique values for this table. Now, there is a possibility that doing any visit, the customer has visited, but he or she has not made any payment. So, we have to return those customer IDs who has not made any payment and number of times they have done so. Like we'll see examples so that we can understand in a better way. Like this is visit table. Here we have visit ID column, customer ID column, transaction, this is transactions table. So here we have transaction ID, visit ID, and amount column. Now in the output we want the customer ID who have visited but have not made any transaction in their visit and number of times they have done so. Like if we see customer ID 30, customer ID 30 has visited with visit ID 4, but here we cannot see any visit ID 4, so that means he has not made the any transaction and he has visited only one time. So we'll give customer ID 30 and count of no transactions and one. Similarly we can like calculate for other records also. Now here we'll use very important concept of group by. So in group by basically we it help us to group the like items into identical items together so that we can apply aggregate functions such as count and all. Now we'll see animation to understand this concept. So here we have some different varieties of fruits. Currently all fruits are mixed together. Now we'll do group by fruits type so that we can divide these fruits into group of similar type of fruits. Now on these groups we can perform aggregate function. Like here we are performing count function. Now we are back to our question. So here we want to find out the customer ID and number of times they have not done any transaction. So since this customer ID and transaction ID are in different tables, so first we need to join these two tables together. So we'll do left join to join them together. After this table that we get the join table, we'll filter only the transactions where the transaction ID is null because we are interested in no transactions. After that, we'll do group by on customer ID so that we can apply aggregate function count. Now like we'll see the query. So here we want in the final output customer ID, so we are selecting customer ID and we want this count no transaction column, so we are doing alias on our count function as count no transaction. Then we are applying this query on the table which we are getting by doing left join of visits and transactions table. After that we are like filtering the records where transaction id is null because we are only interested in visits of the customers where they have not done transaction. After that we'll do apply group by on customer id so that we get group of all the records for a particular customer where we later we can apply aggregate function count to get the final count.